Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We have another one for you. UFC Fight Night, Emmett versus Vallejos. We're back in the Apex. Yeah, should be a good one. Some decent fights on here. Some good prospects to watch out for. Yeah, we'll get through it. We don't have too many fights on this card, so it shouldn't take me that long. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Decent amount. 14 to 15 fights, typically around that size, so I guess it's just a normal card for size wise. But yeah, we had a decent week last week. Could have been a better week, but I'll take it. Let's see what we did on. You know the drill. We'll run through the previous card, and yeah, we'll see how we did. So with UFC, we did almost 3.5. We did 3.265 units. Um, 8 and 4 on picks, not terrible, not great. About 66%, so not terrible, but could have been a lot better, right? Lost one pick, should be 9 and 3 actually. Cody Garbrandt did not win that fight. Even with the 2 point deduction, should have been a draw. But it is what it is. Can't control that or the outcome or the judging. It is what it is. But let's get right into it. We've been on a winning streak with the channel when it comes to UFC. Every week so far we've done pretty well. Well, pretty well I'd say. And then as far as the UFC, at least we haven't lost the UFC in 4 to 5 months. Knock on wood. Let's keep the trend going. I think 5 months now that we're in March. So yeah, let's get it going. For those who say I do not track, let's see when the last time we had a bad UFC card is. I have to go back to last year's notes. I don't have those ones pinned, so give me a sec. Right here. Just making sure you guys can see I'm not just making stuff up. It's kind of hard to show. Ah, 1 second. This is hard to show. Maybe here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we looking here. So UFC is right. So that's 1SC, Canadian Promotions, BKB, BKFC, and UFC. So, okay, let's see which one was the last time we had a bad card. So we had UFC 320 was the last negative card we had. Um, Let me see exactly when that was. UFC 320 was October 4th. So, yeah, 5 months. Almost 6 months. No, November, December, January, February. Yeah, 5 months. 5 months. That's pretty good, not gonna lie. UFC is usually what we do best. So I think this week though I'm gonna have a few more videos. BKFC maybe, 1FC for sure. So I'll give you guys some more content this week. But yeah, let's run through the UFC card. Enough yapping. This is how we did. It's already gonna be probably a decent sized breakdown for this card. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so we had UFC 326. To start off, we had Luke Fernandez versus Rodolfo Bellato. I thought the line was a little wide, if you ask me. Like I had Luke Fernandez like -140, -150. I did not like the odds. I didn't like the odds enough to bet the other side. Plus 200 would have been an auto click for Bellato, but I just the line wouldn't go that far. So honestly, I just couldn't pull the trigger. And I had Bellato TKO late 2-3, so it was a little annoying. Well, I had 1-2, but I didn't give that one out just because I thought it would be later. But yeah, I did like a little ladder for myself, 1, 2, 3. So I made a little money on that. But man, that was frustrating because 2, 3, I gave those out to the people, so it would have been nice if everyone else cashed with me. But yeah, Luke Fernandez is definitely not the guy I thought he was. He is just beating up guys in CFFC, so it's like CFFC is something. I was talking to someone in one of the discords I'm in. Man, CFFC is not that good. They were trying to say it was. I can't remember what they said honestly, so I won't quote them like this is actually their opinion. But I feel like some people have the belief that they're better than LFA or Fury FC. I'm gonna say it right now, and you guys can disagree with me. Write your opinion in the comment section. Fury FC is the best regional U.S. promotion. LFA is, you can argue LFA, but out of like the guys who have been in the UFC, I feel like they've done a lot better from Fury FC. We have some exceptions from LFA, but I'm just talking about as of late. LFA in the past was the number one feeding ground, but as of late, LFA just hasn't been that great. But again, I could be wrong, but I'd love to hear other opinions. Give me your best LFA prospects as of late, and I'll compare them with the Fury FC prospects like Imanol Rodriguez, Josh Van. Um, I have to look, man. But we have some decent prospects that come to mind from Fury FC. I'd love to see the LFA prospects as well. But yeah, moving on. We have, yeah, Bellato got the KO. Good job, Bellato. Moving on, we have Rafael Tobias taking on DR Nergaze. I think Rafael Tobias is pretty bad. That was a bad pick on my part. I'll be honest. I did not anticipate DR to look that decent on the feet, but it's pretty easy to look decent on the feet when you have Tobias. Tobias looks so bad. Tobias just, I don't know. He's reckless. His wrestling's not good. And yeah, he couldn't get his game going. He hurt DR at one point, but that was probably the best moment for the fight for him. He got DR down, got him in mount, almost got that arm triangle. I had I had Tobias sub, DR KO as a prop for this fight. DR could have KO'd him if he just landed flush. Given Tobias ate some pretty heavy shots, I feel like I still think DR could have KO'd him, but that was frustrating. Tobias as well could have got that sub, but he just went for submission over position. He has a tendency to do that, even on his Contender Series fight. He just jumped the RNC, and I don't even think he had hooks in. But yeah, it was whatever. It was a sloppy fight. It was a pretty crap card to start. Blotto started it off pretty well, but then from here it was just pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, DR gets the win. Good for DR. Yeah, he gets to stay in the UFC a little longer because it wasn't looking too good for him these last few fights. But yeah, unanimous win for DR. Good win. Moving on. Sumaderji versus Jesus Aguilar. So as you guys know, we had a cancellation. Jin Young Lee. That was going to be my lock of the card. My second lock of the card. First was Johnson, of course. We'll get into that in a bit. Sumaderji turned out to be my lock of the card. After that fight fell out, because my boy, one of my homies, said it best. Are you going to give a negative 1,000 as your lock of the card or negative 800? And in all honesty, that wasn't really a great idea, given given the fact that Johnson is still relatively unproven, and we can get better odds for someone that you might be pretty confident in. So maybe that's how I should do it. But I'm just trying to give you guys my most confident picks. Not even looking at the odds, I just thought that was probably the easiest pick on the card. Turned out to be one of the most sweatiest. So that's just how it is with these these Dana White Contender Series debutants. But yeah, we'll get into that in a second. I don't want to speak too much about that. But yeah, Sumaderji, when people ask who's your lock of the card, who are you giving as a pick, and I did give him as number 4, I believe. Yeah, I think number 4 or 3. I think I did number 3. Yeah, I did number 4 because I did Montez number 3. But come fight time, he ended up being my favorite pick of the card, and he delivered because he absolutely dominated this fight. Jesus Aguilar couldn't get him down, not even close, and Sumaderji just worked on the feet, absolutely worked him, and yeah, I honestly just think Sumaderji's improving every single fight. Really cool to watch his progression. Excited to see what they give him next. Definitely a great performance from Sumadarji. I do think his durability is not great. So if someone does touch that chin, who's obviously better than Jesus Aguilar, I do think that'll be a problem. But I'm excited to see the improvements. The guy's constantly making improvements. The grappling looked great. The clinch work, he was like in the clinch against the cage, just pushing on the face, elbow. Oh, while he's here, before you go, come here. Whoa. Whoa. Before you go, let me see if I can get the camera on so I know if he's on the camera. This is my roommate's cat. He's a very, very sweet little girl. She's a very, very sweet little girl. I'm trying to bring her on there. I know I said I'd do it last stream, but she left, so wasn't gonna go chase. Actually, I did chase her down for you guys, but she was hard to find. Given her complexion, she fits in the shadows, so yeah, couldn't find her. But yeah, she joined me just now, so thought I'd show you guys my little friend. Yes, I'm a crazy cat guy, cat guy, and I like cats. Um, but yeah, that's a little side note. She's just gonna join me and stare at me while I'm doing this, which is very distracting. You try having a cat just stare at you when you try to do anything. She's probably gonna paw at me from the side now that I picked her up and bothered her. Anyways, back to the fights. Yeah, Tumandem. Yeah, moving on. We had Sumadarji. Great win for Sumadarji. Excited. See, he's already doing it. He's already pawing at me. So that's what he does. When you give him a little bit. Okay. He, she, whatever. When she gets attention, she's gonna paw at me. And she hasn't got her nails cut, so she's just gonna paw at me with her sharp nails. So that's gonna be annoying if you see me flinch and jump. That's from her. But yeah, moving on from Sumaderji and the cap. Tumen Demirel versus Cody Durden. I think Tumen Demirel is completely ridiculous. Um, oh my goodness. Ugh. 1 second. Yes, I have one of these on deck. Yeah, Tumen Demirel, man. I had him by finish. That was so annoying. So many chances he could have had to finish. I feel like if he just prioritized punching instead of hunting subs, like RNCs, and I think that was the only submission he went for, to be honest. But he's just so frustrating to watch. Like he went guillotine as well, but man, you're not getting a guillotine really unless you're Mikhaev on Durden. Like it was a. If I could show you guys, like she just. Anyways, Durden, man. I don't know, man. He's just so mid. He had some good wins. Don't get me wrong. Oh, she needs her nails cut. Anyways, yeah, Durden is very very technical, but he just isn't. I don't know. I wouldn't actually. I don't even know about technical. He's just a pretty good grappler. Tries pretty hard. He can be game, but yeah, he just didn't do enough to get the win. I had Durden by decision, also in a parlay, plus 5,000, and at the end of the parlay. Um, got that from a friend, so I'm not taking credit for that, even if it did cash, lose, whatever. But yeah, I don't really. I'll tell you guys what I played for parlays. Oh, the battery's getting low. But yeah, man, I don't know. I thought Durden was gonna win a decision. If it did go to the decision, he ended up losing dominantly, unanimously. So that was pretty annoying because I had either Tumen Demirel by finish or Durden by decision. And yeah, frustrating fight, pretty annoying one. But I had Tumen Demirel money line, of course, in a parlay. Good win from Tumen Demirel. Yeah, moving on. Alberto Montez versus Ricky Turcios. Ricky Turcios is horrible. If you guys watched the first round, like the opening 20 seconds, you guys would think this guy's on drugs. Doing everything to try to like psych out Montez, and Montez just like laughing at him. Like, what are you doing? This guy's like making noises, big stomps, and like he's just doing so much like weird stuff. I swear this guy comes into the fight on psychedelics or something. Like he looks out of his mind. But anyways, the guy got absolutely. He came in trying to be that reckless Ricky we saw in the Ultimate Fighter, and the guy just ate so much coming in. And honestly, the guy just, yeah, he just got pretty soundly beat up, and then he got hit. Montez got his patented. It was an anaconda choke. Oh my goodness, this is what I'm saying. If you're betting anaconda chokes, you might as well bet Darce because these guys do not know the difference. So, anyways, Alberto Montez got an anaconda choke and he ended up winning the fight. Yeah, great win for Alberto Montez. Well, not a great win, but good debut. And he looked pretty calm, composed, pretty skilled. And I do think Alberto Montez will be fun to watch in the 145-pound division. But yeah, Ricky Turcios, please cut him. He is so bad, it's not even funny. Moving on, we had Okay, here we go. Dante Johnson versus Cody Brundage. This would technically be my lock of the card. He looks so bad, man. Dante Johnson lost round one. People say, "Oh well, you did more damage than Cody." Okay, you could say that, but Cody still controlled him for 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. I think 4 minutes. Cody's Cody. You could say, "Oh, his optics are terrible. That's what should have won in the round." Okay, but judges can still easily give that round to Dante Johnson without a doubt. We get into round two. Dante Johnson beats the crap out of Cody. But man, I also had Dante run. I also by finish round one, two, and three. This guy, I don't know what's wrong with him. He literally had a front headlock, and instead of separating, boom, boom, uppercut. Maybe he has the back of his head and just shovel uppercut. Instead of doing anything to inflict damage and to make Cody quit, because if you give Cody the door, he's going to take it. But Dante was just like, I don't know. He just fought so reckless, so dumb. I just could not believe what I was watching. Cody Brundage is whatever. He's getting cut. He's 11-9. You can't have that record in the UFC. But Dante Johnson has to be he's gonna be a fade. Like down the line, his process is all over the place. And Cody Brundage was piecing him up in the third round. It's just Cody got hit a few times, which was terrible optics. But a lot of people say that could have gone to Cody. That was a close fight. I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, 3-0 Johnson, 3-0." No, I don't agree. First round definitely doesn't go to Johnson. Second round goes to Johnson. Third round is either way. Could go either way because those jabs from Cody were touching up Johnson, and if that would have went to Cody, I wouldn't have been complaining. Yeah. Actually, I would have been complaining because then I would have swept all my confident picks last card, and I've been pretty on fire with the confident picks. So yeah, it is what it is. Dante Johnson is a fade going down the line. Good to know. Cody Brundage, it's been fun fading you in the UFC. I'll be shocked if they give him another fight. But yeah, we'll see. Good. I almost said good win. A win for Dante Johnson. Moving on. Okay. Okay. Let me see how long I've been going on, so I know exactly how to gauge this. Okay. Yeah, we have Cody Garbrandt versus Lang Xiao. Anyone who says Cody Garbrandt won that fight is delusional. This guy got absolutely bullied for 3 rounds. Cody did nothing. Just shoot takedowns, skirt the outskirts, trying to win on points. He was so bad. He said, "Oh, I'm coming to bang. I'm coming to bang. These guys, old Cody's back." No, he isn't. He's dead and gone. Those KOs clearly have like PTSD. Gave him PTSD. Doesn't want none of that exchanges anymore. Old Cody would have probably got a KO over Lang Xiao, or at least exchanged. But this new Cody, who's just more concerned about winning and not taking damage, he's a lot more conservative. He's gonna try to wrestle you. He's gonna try to like outpoint you. Maybe you come in. He's still dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but Lang Xiao just bullied him, man. A lot of taunting, putting his arms up. And we go into the third round. What's crazy is all the judges gave round one to Cody. That right off the jump is insane. I don't know how he wins that round, but I wasn't watching that closely. But from what I was sawing, what I saw, Lang Xiao was clowning him the whole round and making him, back up. And I thought Lang Xiao did enough to win that round. Round two, easy Lang Xiao. Round three was Lang Xiao's as well, except this guy goes on to low blow Cody 2 to 3 times. I don't know. I only saw the two. 2 point deduction. Cody was puking at one point. Screwed the whole fight for himself. Now I'm thinking, okay, we're going to a draw. Unless one judge fucks it up. Unless the judges fuck it up. What do you know? The judges fuck it up. Cody Garbrandt gets the win, 28-27. I don't know how that works, but whatever. I can't control the judges. I had no money on this. So if you guys think, "Oh, you're just salty because you lost your bet." No, I had nothing on this. My pick was Lang Xiao. But that doesn't affect how I score fights, especially if I don't have money on it. Like, I don't see why anyone would even think I do have any bias if I have no money on it. If I did have money on it, yeah, you could use that argument, but I still am pretty objective when I have money on fights. But yeah, Lang Xiao lost. It is what it is. Cody Garbrandt gets a weird fluke win. I've never seen a guy win a fight after losing all 3 rounds. First for me. But, yeah. It is what it is. Congrats, Cody. Get to see Cody, the legend Garbrandt, fight a little longer in the UFC. The UFC probably loves it. They're paying a guy that kind of money just to skirt the outskirts and barely win. That's nice. Good for the UFC. I'm sure they're happy about that. Moving on. Gregory Robocop Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira. This was where the card got better. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but other than Montez, actually, it wasn't that bad. It was only Dier, Tuman Demirol, Dante Johnson, three, Cody Garbrandt. So it was about four fights that were pretty bad. I'd say Montez wasn't bad. And Sumaderji fought pretty well. So I don't know. I'd say 4 or 5 bad fights. This wasn't a terrible card, but it was a pretty bad card if we're being real. Anyways, let's get into it. RoboCop, as a lot of people in the community are saying, slimed out Bruno Ferreira to get his get back, his lick back on Phonum Grave. Gregory RoboCop. I called the KO too. I had RoboCop. I just thought Bruno's been getting hurt lately. He's been in these tough fights. Vittori was, I know Vittori's chin. He ate a lot of big shots from Bruno, but Vittori was doing work. And RoboCop just came out instead of with that pressure forward style that got him caught in the first round. The first fight. RoboCop came out and let him come to him. Let Ferreira come because when Ferreira was following him, he just, I don't know, it was like a Uno reverse because RoboCop completely just flashed him, like right down the nice blitz down the middle. Put Ferreira out cold, not out cold, but out. He was out. He was definitely on a different street for sure in his brain. He didn't know where he was. But Gregory got the win. Great win for Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. There's a little running joke that anyone who I have a picture with is going to get slimed out or knocked out or break his leg or some curse. I had a picture with both these guys, so nothing, no double knockouts. So I think the curse might be okay. Right as I say that, we're going to get into the next fight. RoboCop, great win. We're moving on. Michael Johnson versus Drew Dober. Michael Johnson, I'm just going to be real with this fight. I've been hearing I'm not going to get into it, obviously. But I've been hearing some things that this was a rigged fight. And if it was, again, I'm not going into this. It's it's not my business. I can't speak on it. All I will say is Michael Johnson, well played. This guy is clearly a veteran, and this isn't the first time he's lost this way. Came out looking good in the first round. He was an underdog because of the betting the scandal that was going around, saying there was a fixed fight potentially on this fight, and apparently the odds switched. Not apparently, the odds switched. They took away the props. A lot of the bookies took away the props and the fight. I managed to get in on Johnson live or pre-flop at plus 165. Drew Dober. I thought he did pretty well in the first, but in the second, he was just touching Johnson at will with kicks, punches, and the eventual punch that put him out. Again, this isn't the first time he got caught with that overhand. So, again, if people that say, "Oh, it can't be fake, it can't be this," I mean, it's pretty believable. So if they did, pull some weird stuff, this was genius because this is how Johnson loses. So yeah, it's gonna be hard to really tell if this was fake unless some like inside info goes out or something like that. But yeah, man, Drew Dober slimes out another brother, and good win for Drew Dober. Yeah, maybe has he been? I swear he's lost to a black guy before. Let me just look right quick. No, he hasn't lost to a black guy yet. Yeah, he hasn't lost. Okay, interesting. Okay. Drew Dober picks up the win. We move on. Raul Rosas Jr. versus Rob Font. Here we go. This was so boring. Oh, you're a casual, bro. You don't like watching wrestling, grappling, and jiu-jitsu. No, it's not that. I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I enjoy watching jiu-jitsu. High-level grappling, good scrambles, good transition. This guy was doing nothing but, like, rolling without any sub-attempts. The ground and pound, non-existent. Sub-attempts, non-existent. This guy was just holding. He has such talent when it comes to his jiu-jitsu and grappling, but he wasn't going for things. His subs were not there. I know Rob Font's defensively sound, but I know he could have got to a body triangle if he really wanted to. I know he could have hunted for at least a sub. Even if you fell off or tried some stuff, try some stuff, man. Like, it's not practice, I know, but, like, you're up 2 rounds, 3 on the way. Maybe you go for some Hail Mary sub to end the fight. Something. Raul Rosas Jr., great grappling, but, man, this guy's going to get fraud checked. There's too many guys in the division that know how to grapple. and know how to make you pay if you can't get your grappling going. And Rob Font's 38 years old, so, and he's always struggled with good grapplers. So yeah, good win for Raul Rosas Jr. in that regard, but he's gonna get exposed with a skill set like that. But yeah, moving on. Don't even want to talk about this fight too much longer. It makes me sick. Yeah, moving on. Kyle Bahio versus Renier de Ritter. Kyle got the win, man. He absolutely pieced up Renier de Ritter. Landed some big shots over the guard. He had some check hooks with his check right hooks as de Ritter was walking into range. It was a straight line. Kyle was cutting off that angle and hitting a big check right hook. Put Renier down a few points. He dropped Renier, I think, once or twice. Kyle looked good. His grappling, even good defensive grappling. He even got Renier down at one point. I think Kyle's the real deal, man. It's just the best strikers in the division are going to give him problems, like Imavov obviously, and I think Hamzat obviously beats him. But like I don't know, man. I think this Dricus Duplessis fight could be actually a really entertaining fight. I think Kyle's the man. I think this guy's extremely talented, good grappler, legit black belt under Damian Maia, legit striking. I think this is going to be a good fight. His cardio's good. I think this could be a good fight with Dricus. So, well, I think it's pretty good. We've seen it look not the best versus Armin Petrosian, but that was a while back. Maybe he's improved that. So, yeah, good win for Kyle. Renier, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you go from here. They'll probably give you someone down the line, down the rankings, but time at the top, I just don't see him becoming champion or anything like that. He's definitely a threat in the division, but I think the top beats him like that every time. So, still waiting for that DDP RDR fight. Should be a Looney Tunes type fight, but we'll probably be waiting a long time for that one, if ever. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we had Max Holloway versus Charles DeBronx. Yeah, man. I also thought these lines were a little wide, just like the first fight of the night. I couldn't bet it. I wanted to bet Max. Don't get me wrong. But man, he looks so bad in the grappling. I'm so glad I didn't pull the trigger. Max is just so small for the 155-pound division. Not so small, but pretty small. He just got dwarfed and outmuscled and outgrappled. He just did not look like he belonged in there. Charles was just too slick on the ground. Control, damage, submission. See, this is what Raul Rosas Jr. needs to take note of. If you're gonna have someone that dominantly grappled, you need to throw some elbows, some submission attempts. Like everyone's saying, Charles Oliveira was boring. I get it. It was a BMF fight, so I get it. But he did well. He did really, really well. He fought and he won. You have to understand, Charles is not he's not like Jorge and Nate Diaz who are just not even close to a title shot or anything. I mean, I'm pretty sure this was. I mean, Jorge was at the time, but Nate Diaz, for example, like Nate Diaz didn't care. He was just there to fight. Charles is there to win. He's not just there to fight. You guys are lucky that he even gave you that last 5 seconds. And to be fair to Charles, he pieced up Max on the feet. He pieced him up. Almost every exchange they had, he beat him to the punch. He won the boxing. He didn't give Max the fight he wants, so people are crying. Deal with it. And what's even funnier is we have guys like Hamzat coming out to laugh and make fun of them. Hamzat, of all people, who literally just laid on Dricus. Oh, not like Raul Rosas Jr., but he basically did a worse job than Charles. Actually, I don't. Yeah, it was worse than what Charles did. So he is in no position to talk trash to Charles. But yeah, Charles Oliveira gets the win. Pretty funny moment. His dad was so happy he forgot to wrap the belt around him. So that probably, as someone who's OCD, that probably annoyed me because I remember the whole fight week he was saying, "Oh, I want my dad to wrap the belt around me," and they never end up doing that. So he probably had to do it like backstage or something. But yeah, it was just a cute moment, funny moment. Happy for Charles, man. He's an absolute legend. Sad for Max. I'm glad no one got hurt though. Two of my favorite fighters. Not like obviously my favorite fighters, but these guys are like I have high regard for these guys. So yeah, definitely a legends fight. It was cool to watch, but this did put a stinker, I will say, on the whole card. I'd rate this card like a 6 out of 10 at best. This was not a good card. I'll be very frank about it. But some knockouts, so kind of upped it up a bit. Without those knockouts, it'd easily be like a 4 at best. But the knockouts did help. So, anyways, good card. Profited. Did okay on picks. 66% on picks. I'll take it. Yeah, moving on. Let me see where we're at. It's not 30 minutes. I know I yapped. Yeah, about 25 minutes we did this one. So not terrible. Less than last time. So UFC 3 or UFC the Apex. We're back at the Apex. Pretty good card. We'll jump right into it. We have Pierre Rodriguez versus Sam Hughes. I think Sam Hughes. I don't know, man. This is their rematch coming back from the first fight. Um, she beat Sam Hughes already. Unanimous. But it was somewhat a close fight. I could see this getting close again. Pierre's cardio is not that good. I do think this is going to be potentially a split type fight, so get your split props ready if they're any good. I can see these odds being terrible though, so get ready for that too. Don't get too excited. Um, I think Pierre is gonna probably win. I think her boxing is better. Um, I don't know, man. This is a close one though. I have this as like a 50-50 coin flip fight. Let me just check what I have these odds at. Um, hey, nope, not letting you get me. Rodriguez, Hughes. Man, I don't know, man. This is a hard pick for me. I'm gonna be back and forth on this fight all week. Um, I'm gonna go Rodriguez, slight lean, but this is a freaking close fight. Now, I can't remember what these odds are that they gave. Let me look at these odds. But yeah, man, I think Pierre Rodriguez is not that good, man. She's just game and knows how to like win some minutes. She does pretty well. She's coming off a few wins. She beat Ketlin Souza, which is a pretty good win. Josephine Knutson, pretty good win. So I do think she's someone to watch out for, not in the division or anything, but I do think she's someone that definitely could be a parlay buster. I think that's probably the highest she's gonna go in her career. She's not exactly great. But yeah, looking at these odds, I'm just give me a second. I'm just looking here. So many fights. I thought there was less. Yeah. So she's like a slight favorite, negative 142, so 1.7 ish. I don't know. I think Rodriguez probably. I wouldn't even say probably. I think she wins, but it's really close. I would probably be very very hesitant on betting on this one. So just be careful. Don't run to bet this fight. Yeah, definitely better spots in the card, but I lean Pierre Rodriguez by decision. Moving on, we have Soo-Young Yu versus Elijah Smith. I think, man, this is hard. Very, very hard to pick. I'm gonna go with Elijah Smith just because of the wrestling. But man, this is hard because I really think he could get subbed here. Judo and wrestling are two different things, but the balance that wrestling gives you, I think, should be able to help him out with the judo of Soo-Young Yu. Josh Walker is pretty bad, so not that impressive. Aaron Tao dominated him, but he's small, 125er. He fought him at 135, I believe. Vince Morales, pretty good win, but he got caught in a lot of submissions. Toshiyama Kazama, that was absolutely scary. Pray for Toshiyama Kazama. That was so bad. But man, he's really not that impressive, if we're being real. If you watch that Reyes Cortez fight, he got absolutely dogged. I know he was younger, like I can't remember his age. That was like 21 years old or 23. Yeah, he was 20. Yeah, he was 20 years old. So I'm gonna give him a break. He's a young guy, but Soo-Young Yu is not someone you want to sleep on. He has absolutely fought some pretty good guys. Barjang Jajia Sly, Dermisi Zawapusi, Shohei Noze. Is that the same guy that beat? No, different guy. I got my Nozes confused against. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the Rising card, but Sweeney, man, that was so bad. Long Xiao, he beat Long Xiao pretty dominantly. Actually, that was weird. I don't remember that fight too well, but I got some mixed feelings about that one. AJ Cunningham, easy. That one is also not a great look. AJ Cunningham's a big reason why I'm taking Smith here. Cunningham has good jiu-jitsu, or sorry, grappling, but I feel like it's He got TKO by Dustin Almaggeldi. So not a great look there. I don't know. I just think he's at risk of being KO'd on the feet. I think the grappling of Elijah Smith is pretty legit. He's not a full time fighter. I'm pretty sure he does. He's like doing this as he does like side jobs or he has a side job. So yeah, I don't know, man. This is a weird one. I'm gonna go Elijah Smith, but again, I'm not so confident that I'm gonna tell people to bet on him or add him to a parlay. Maybe take the KO. Probably the odds reflect where I stand. I would say I'd probably give him a little better than what I have him now. I'll probably go like 1.8, like negative 125. I don't know, man. This is such a weird fight because we have a young guy who has promise versus a guy who's fought good guys and beat good guys and has pretty good experience. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna lean Smith ever so slightly, but I would not be surprised if you gets a submission. So I'll be looking at those submission props for sure. Moving on, we have Bia Mesquita versus Metsa, whatever. How do you say her name? Montese Rendon. Should be Bia Mesquita here. Again, I'm not gonna fall into the trap thinking that she has no flaws or anything. She has a great gym to train out of. She beats the legendary Sierra Dinwoody. She has ground and pound. She's got submissions. I can see her easily getting the floor down, getting her Montse Rendon to the floor, getting a submission. I don't think she'll quit. She has pretty good cardio, Rendon. She's 36, not that terrible, but she barely beat Elise Pereira. I think I had money on her in that one too. Vidal. It's just these wins, man. They're not good wins, and it's like you got pieced up by Zeleznikova. Um, I don't know. I think Mosquito gets you down. I think she controls you. Finds a submission. I just don't rate the game of Rendon. I think she's pretty one dimensional. She's a boxer. She can grapple, but to the level of Mosquito, it's night and day. I think Mosquito's probably just gonna have her way with her on the ground. Now, what could be interesting is if Mosquito gets tired. Because if Mosquito gets tired, good trying to look for the finish. I don't think she will, because she's on that American top team waters. They have pretty good cardio over there. But if Rendon could somehow make her work, I could see this getting sloppy. Mosquito carries a lot of mass, a lot of muscle, so definitely could get interesting. But I'm gonna go with Bia here. I feel like her grappling is just so far levels above these girls that she should be able to win the fight. Let me see what odds we're dealing with here. I have her at like negative 200 ish, negative 250. Yeah, I could even give her negative 300. I'm probably gonna go negative 300 for Mosquito. That's probably more fair. You guys are seeing me update my odds in live time. I just do my own custom odds if you guys are wondering what I'm doing because it helps me when the lines come out. Maybe I get a line that they mispriced. So Mosquito, I have her at negative 300. Honestly, this is one of those fights. Yeah. And there's a few more actually. Looking at it, I definitely think Nakamura is not fighting, so I could take that off. But yeah, we'll edit them as we go along. I don't want to take up too much time doing that right now. I'll do them as we call each fight. But yeah, Mosquito, I have around negative 300. She's negative 550, so a bit out of range for my liking. Might look for props here. I don't really like betting these girls with these odds, but yeah, I got Mosquito here. I think Mosquito should be able to win this fight. Yeah, definitely gonna side with Mosquito's side on this one. Yeah, don't bet too much on this. Definitely could get ugly, but I do think Mosquito wins this fight by either submission or decision. I don't want to pick because she could win either way. Moving on, Luan Lacerda versus Hecker Sosa. I had to rewatch some film on Hecker because I couldn't remember the fight that well. It's a messy fight, but I do remember this. He's a very, very technically sound fighter as far as positionally. He has KO power, good hooks, especially off the exits. I like his grappling. It's pretty good. Fundamental grappler. But if you look at his record, man, he just hasn't fought anyone that good. Like Douglas Felipe, like let me see this guy. He looks familiar. He-Man. Yeah, like this who the heck is Douglas Felipe? Like, I don't know, man. These aren't great wins if we're being real. He beat Tuma, I guess. So that's not bad. He lost to Magomedov. He fought Nathan Hayward in amateurs. Pretty decent win. He did some IMAF fights, so he's got some experience. But like, man, like Luan Lacerda is going to kick heavy. His jiu-jitsu's legit. Trains out of Nova União, and Simon's Simon. He's not a good fighter, so not a great not a great win or anything. But he got a win over him. He submitted Marcelo Alves, who's doing pretty good workout in PFL. Um, so he's got legit jiu-jitsu, and if he can get, I know if he gets Hecker in a submission, he can finish it. Um, Raleigh Paiva submitted him. He's been doing this a while, man. Wellington's Lopez submission. Like he has so many submissions. So if he can get Hecker in a guillotine, a triangle, armbar, I think he can get the sub here. But positionally, I do worry because he does when he's on bottom. He kind of like he struggles with someone who's very positionally sound, and I could see Hecker just being too political, too too positionally sound. And for that reason, I'm gonna have to go Hecker Sosa here. I'm gonna go him by. I'm gonna go him by TKO or decision. That would probably be my bet for this one. I think Hecker Sosa is just probably gonna be positionally more sound, deal with the kicks well. But this is a hard fight for me because I do want Lucerda to win. Friends on social media, so do root for the guy. But this isn't a great fight for him. He's definitely gonna have the UFC experience on Hecker, but other than that, he's just too inactive. Like he took 2 years off. He beat and his last win was Simon Oliveira, so I don't really know what to take from that because in the UFC he's 1-2. So I'm gonna go Hecker Souza here. I'm gonna go by TKO or decision, but if he ends up getting subbed in the spot, I would not be surprised. He does put himself into some submission territory, so definitely gonna be careful with that. But yeah, we'll see what the odds are for props here. But yeah, I don't mind at these, especially at these odds. It's not too bad. It's like 1.5 ish. So I'm gonna take Hecker Souza as a pick. Moving on. Balaji Oki versus Manuel Souza. Manuel Souza, man, if you guys haven't heard of this guy, you guys need to watch tape, man. This guy is an absolute savage. Balaji Oki, yeah, he hits hard, he can be dangerous, but Souza is the real deal. Like, he's got KO power like we have never, like, not never, like we haven't seen in a while. He's KO'd Richard Martinez twice, or no, he's KO'd him once. He beat him twice, though. KO'd Mauricio Rufy. Man, trying to look at any other big names. Yeah, Tim Wilde. He was losing that first round, and then he caught him. Henrique, that was a weird fight. I'll be honest, the Laya fight, but Laya's a beast, man. If you see him now, he's a beast. He's deaf, or I believe, but he's a beast. Christian Perez, he was losing the wrestling exchanges the whole fight, and then he just came back to dog him in the third. He lost to Archie Colgan. No shame in that. Colgan's a freaking monster. Great wrestling. But unfortunately for him, Oki doesn't wrestle. He's not really a good wrestler. He's more of a kickboxer, striker. Decent volume, but his cardio is not great. Seeing he's been doing a lot of training at Extreme, so don't know how much that's going to improve his game. But I think Oki's probably going to get knocked out here. That would be my guess. Let me see if Oki's been KO'd before. Submission. Yeah, he's been TKO'd. So I could see Manuel definitely getting the TKO here. He KO'd Salvador Coamba. He beat by splits. Beat Aswell Jr. So he has some decent wins. Don't get me wrong. I just think Sosa is going to be too much of a horse in this fight. Like he's got such horsepower. I think he's probably going to find the chin and put Oki down. Get some ground and pound follow up shots. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be a good fight. Someone's probably going to bed, and my guess is it's going to be Oki. So I'm going to go Manuel Souza by KO here. Going to be a good fight. Definitely excited for this one. Two heavy hitters. But one of them I feel has way more promise in the UFC. So I'm gonna go Manuel Sosa here, and yeah, we're gonna go KO as the prop for this one. Moving on, we have Maitabek Orobai taking on Chris Curtis. I'm on Orobai here. I just don't like. I love Curtis. Don't get me wrong. Oh my goodness, we have a lot of fights to go. I like Orobai, or sorry, Curtis, but I just think Orobai is such a freaking dangerous guy. He's got KO power, good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, solid cardio. And we're fighting Curtis, who's just a little too one-dimensional. His boxing is really good, but his wrestling offensively is not non-existent. His defensive wrestling is good. So that's why I think if I don't know, man, I think Orobai likely wins, but at 170, I just feel I don't know. This is one of those fights. I could see Chris Curtis doing some work, because Rebecca got a win over Orobai, so if he can get a win, I definitely think Curtis can. But I'm gonna go Orobai here just because we haven't really got to see Curtis in a while with the suspension. Orobei's been sleeping guys, submitting guys. He's been on a roll. So I'm gonna go Mitabek Orobai here. Let me see the odds they gave him. Um, yeah, Orobai. Pretty. Yeah, these are pretty fair odds. Around negative 260 ish. Yeah, I just think Orobai is gonna be a little too much. Too much power in the hands. He's gonna be sharp, fast, and I just think Oral Bay is gonna be a much more well-rounded fighter than Curtis. So yeah, man, I gotta go with Mitabek here. Mitabek by this is hard. I'm just gonna go Mitabek money line. It's going to be hard to pick an actual method of victory because he could win by submission. I don't think submission. I think he wins by TKO or decision. It would be my pick. But if he won by submission, not that I wouldn't be. I would be probably pretty surprised, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Chris has pretty good grappling, enough to stay defensively sound in jiu-jitsu. So I think Orobe probably either sleeps him or wins a decision. But yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure. Good to see Kurt back after a lengthy suspension. So definitely pumped for this one. Going to be a good fight. Yeah. Moving on. We have Eric Anders versus Brad Tavares. Okay. This is just again, these guys are legends, so no disrespect whatsoever. I don't mean to sound disrespectful here, but no one wants to watch this. I'll just be real. Like Brad, he's a technical fighter. Good takedown defense, 30, 33, 32 fights. He's 38. He's one of the captains at Extreme Couture. He got slapped by Brizik, slapped by Robocop, slapped by Bruno Silva. I just KO'd by Edmund Shabazian, KO'd by Robert Whitaker, KO'd by Tim Boach. He's just, I don't know, man. He hasn't fought. Like, he was on The Ultimate Fighter in 2010, and he's just been here for so long. It's been like 16 years in the UFC. And his last win is against, he beats older guys, like Mearshart, Weidman. So this is right around the lines where he can win the fight, but oh my goodness, man. I don't know, because it's like, does he win here? This is so hard for me. I'm gonna say he does, just because I haven't liked what I've seen from. So I haven't liked what I've seen from Tavares. Sorry, Anders. Anders just got KO'd as well. He just looks so much slower than Brad. Brad at least has that pop still on his punches, whereas Anders, same age, just hasn't looked good. Fight ready. He's not even really a gym anymore right now. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I just think Brad Tavares is probably going to end up winning this fight. Slight lean, obviously. They're two old men going at it. Don't want anything to do with this fight from a betting perspective. Yeah, man. Both of them beat Weidman, so if that means anything. But yeah, I got to go with Brad Tavares, slight lean. And hopefully these guys put on a good fight. It's Apex, so no real pressure, but I do think Tavares and Anders are vets, and they expect to see a pretty good fight, I guess. Not the worst. These guys always do come to scrap at least. Yeah, lean Brad Tavares, slight lean, but yeah, moving on. And by decision. Moving on. Bruno Silva versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson just got slimed out. January, I believe. Charles Johnson, I don't know, man. Like, is it too soon to come back? It's like if he was fighting someone else that doesn't have KO power, I'd be a little more, cool with it. But Bruno Silva has legit KO power, and he's like the little engine that could. But the thing about this is stylistically, this does favor Charles because I think the wrestling goes to Charles, whereas Bruno is going to be more so trying to knock Charles out, especially after such a bad knockout not too long ago. And I feel like that could play into Charles' game. But the thing that keeps me away from this fight is I don't know how Charles has recovered in such a short period of time from that KO. He wasn't like flat-lined out cold, but he got dropped pretty badly on multiple occasions. So I do think this is going to be a pretty dangerous fight for Charles on a pretty quick turnaround. But I appreciate the competitiveness, the drive to keep staying in there, and Charles is a dog. He's gonna fight. So hopefully, I'm gonna be rooting for Charles. My pick is Charles, but man, this does worry me. I don't know what his chin's gonna be like. I have the fight line exactly where. Oh well, a little less than where the line has it now. So I'm gonna go Charles Johnson here. Um, could he get KO'd again? Potentially, but I just think if he doesn't get KO'd, this should be an easy fight for him. Because Bruno doesn't really have the best volume, whereas that's Charles' specialty, is volume and pace. And I could easily see Bruno getting like mercy stopped in the late second or early third or whatever, because Charles will put it on once he gets his reads. And Bruno has shown to not be able to deal well with, punches and bunches and combos. So I'm going to go with Charles Johnson here. Yeah, he's been TKO'd a few times. Josh Van, Manel Cap. So definitely going to be a fun one. But yeah, I got to go with Charles Johnson here. Definitely would not be surprised if he loses it, though. This is not a fight I'm too confident in. Okay, moving on. We have Vitor Petrino taking on Steven Asplund. I got to go with Vitor Petrino. Steven Asplund, I know you guys aren't really familiar with this because you haven't really seen, some of you guys haven't watched tape really of this guy. He has to be one of the worst grapplers in the whole heavyweight division of the UFC. He got absolutely manhandled by Denzel Freeman. Yes, he's dangerous on the feet. He KO'd Anthony Garrett, Billy Ray Vidal, Larry Gonzalez he beat. TKO'd Hammer Morton, Kovacs, Garasio, Sean Sharaf. But the one thing you got to remember about this guy is his grappling is horrible. Once you get him down, he's like a fish on the ground. He does not know how to get back up. He drowns every time someone, big is on top. Like Braden Kovacs almost got him out of there. Multiple times, these lower level guys almost got him out of there with the grappling. He doesn't know how to buck, shrimp, none of that. So I do think once it hits the mat, Petrino's going to cut through his guard like butter. Well, even though he has no guard, he's going to cut through him like butter, find the submission, get to the back, RNC. My pick for this fight. I think Vitor is just going to be too much. I think he also has that KO power, so I think Petrino's just going to be too well-rounded, too experienced, and I'm going to go Vitor Petrino here. He's probably one of my more confident picks. I think Petrino is he's going to be too much. What are the odds they have for him? Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I'm going to go Petrino 1.4, I would probably say. Yeah, I'd probably go that makes a lot more sense. I got Petrino here. Would not be surprised to see Petrino get KO'd or gas out also, but I just don't see how Asplund survives the grappling because Petrino has a variety of different takedowns. He doesn't just go for the basic sweeps. He has Muay Thai strips after he catches kicks. He has, he has the body lock takedowns, his leg shots. I think he's going to have a variety of different takedowns that Asplund he's not that, he's athletic, but he's not balanced, so I could easily see him just tipping over on his own fat. And Petrino just gets on top and does work. So I'm going to go Petrino here. I feel like it's pretty easy to see the path to victory. And as long as Petrino doesn't do some low IQ stuff and try to trade with him on the feet too much, I think Petrino can easily get this done on the ground by submission. So, yeah, we got Vitor Petrino here. He is going to be one of our most confident picks of the card. I got Vitor Petrino here. Definitely going to be a good one for sure. Loving this matchup for Vitor here. A little bit too much too soon for Asplin. Moving on, we have Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. Um, man, the thing about this fight is Harry Hardwick. He's just so good at getting in your face, and if you're just boxing with him, I can easily see him doing work in this fight. But the issue is these guys now know area of weakness, which is calf kicks. And I don't Rahiki doesn't really I don't remember him doing too much calf kicks in his last fight, but holy smokes. What I do remember is he is nasty. He's got nasty, he's a finisher, he's got nasty he can't get out wrestled. So there's that. But I don't know, man. I could easily see him just finding a finish here on Harry, but he also hasn't really beat anyone. Like Anais Malumba, I guess, but like that guy was just all horsepower, doesn't really have much technical skill. Harry's got really good jiu-jitsu, back takes, phenomenal volume. Could I see Harry winning this fight? Yes, but I can also see Harry getting knocked unconscious. Um, yeah, I'm pretty torn here. Because Javier Garcia was kind of doing work in a way. In a way, I don't know, man. I think we haven't really got to see. This is probably like a show me spot for both guys, but I gotta think Rahiki. I'm gonna lean Rahiki here. I just think Rahiki has a little bit more momentum right now, more confidence in his game. I just think Hardwick is gonna be a little bit too predictable on the feet at least, and I think Rahiki showed enough promise to hang with a guy like Hardwick. We'll see. Honestly, he's only 7-0, hasn't really beat anybody, so this would probably be his best win. That probably would be his best win. So I'm gonna go with Rahiki here. But once again, I would not be surprised to see him just get absolutely dogged out and potentially finished in round 2 or 3. So just be careful about that for this fight. A few different outcomes are possible. But yeah, I got to go with Marwan Rahiki. Um, KO or decision probably would be my pick. I don't think he's gonna get a sub over Hardwick. Hardwick has good jiu-jitsu. Moving on, we have Andre Touchy Fili versus Jose Delgado. I gotta go with Jose Delgado here. I think he's just gonna be too crisp on the feet. He's so dangerous, and these are the types of fights that give Fili problems. Someone that's just so dangerous from his elbows, his knees, his punches, his kicks. I think Delgado's just gonna be too much for him on the feet. I see Delgado getting him out of there in the first or second round. Yeah, man, I got Delgado. He's just gonna be too dangerous. He's just coming off a pretty great fight with Nathaniel Wood, so I'm gonna go with Delgado here. I just think Delgado's done a little more to show me that he can hang at that top level than people give him credit for. Just because he lost to Nathaniel Wood, he got caught. Nathaniel Wood's probably one of the better guys in that division, especially for his size. It's pretty crazy how skilled that guy is. Andre Philly's skilled too, but it's just his durability is not good, and you kind of need some durability if you're fighting Delgado. So I gotta go Delgado by KO, round 1 or 2. Definitely gonna be a fun fight. Andre Fili is a very very technical fighter, and he's not someone you want to sleep on, but he's also not someone you want to overthink because yes, the guy has talent. He can be dangerous on the ground and on the feet, but in reality, who's he like been finishing as of late? Um, how old is he? He's like 35, and the last time he finished someone was Lucas Almeida, so it's not that great. 2023, yeah, not that great of wins. Shaman Marias, 2019. So I'm gonna go with Jose Delgado here. I think Delgado likely finds the chin of Philly, puts him out, and gets the bonus. So I'm gonna go with Delgado here. Hopefully we can get the winning train back on the tracks and keep the Jose Delgado hype going. So I'm going Jose Delgado, and yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. Hopefully Andre doesn't grapple him, because that's the thing with Andre though. He's just when he's on, and he has a path to victory in the grappling. But I don't know, man. Jose Delgado has shown pretty good takedown defense. Are you really biting my leg? He's like chewing, like not chewing, but like trying to get my attention. He's not like, ha, but he's like, you know what I mean? It's just like a cat trying to get attention. It's cute, man. I honestly really like this cat. She's sweet. She attacked my hand the other day, but that was just me like not looking where I was petting, and I ended up petting her belly or something where she's sensitive, and she just went nuts in my hand. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't care. It's part of the game when you own animals. Alrighty. Moving on. We have Umar Sy versus Ion Cutelaba. I think I think Umar Sy likely wins this fight, but man, Cutelaba is just someone that you don't want to sleep on. Like his cardio is not good, but his wrestling is pretty good. And I can't remember the last time he got out grappled. Trying to look. I guess I no, because everything was on the feet. I guess Glover Teixeira. That was the last time he got out grappled. Because every other fight he loses by decision on the feet. So I don't know, man. This is one of those fights where it's like we have two grapplers going at it. One's known for their ground. We're both known for ground and pound, but one's like ground and pound is disgustingly ruthless, and that is Eon. So I don't know, man. Who has better cardio? I really don't know. But all I do know is Sai is a fraud, and we don't truly know how this is gonna play out. He beat Branson Ribeiro. Good for you. Da Woon Young. That was a pretty sloppy one. And Tuco Tucos, he submitted him. That was just a joke of a fight. Alonzo Manifield, he kind of showed that someone with decent takedown defense could cause him issues. So I'm going to go with a slight lean on Umar Sy, but I could easily see Cutelaba getting this. And if someone has a strong enough argument, I could probably get talked off this fight, betting prediction-wise. So yeah, man. I'm probably going to start updating my picks if they do change just via my channel. I'll post them on like Fridays before the card. But so far I haven't needed to. So I'm gonna go with Umar Sy here slightly by. I'm gonna go by TKO late rounds 2 or 3 or decision. I don't know, man. This is a weird fight. I really don't want to get into this fight from like a really good analysis perspective because both these guys are a bit of apes, and one of them's there to kill you. One of them's there to win. I don't know, man, because they're both dangerous from the top position with ground and pound. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Umar Sy here, but it could change. I don't know. Definitely value wise, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Let's see what I have him as a prediction. I think it's like negative 205 on the other books. Sy. Hey, nope. Yeah, I think I have Cutelaba as a dog too. I'm gonna chill for now, but if you guys take Cutelaba as a dog, I would not be opposed to that. I'm gonna go Psy, but it's a close fight. Like it's pretty much 50-50 in my books. So definitely be careful. There's more value on the dog in this fight. My prediction is not what I'm gonna be betting, so keep that in mind, and I'll have my official picks by Friday for you guys. I'll just post it in the message. So just check my YouTube channel. I'll probably have it posted by Friday. So yeah, man. Moving on from the Umar Sy fights. I don't know, man. This is a weird one. Definitely one of the weirder ones on the card. Not as linear. Moving on, we have Jillian Robertson versus Amanda Lemos. Okay, we're over an hour, so we're probably gonna break time here. Yeah, I gotta go with. Let's see who I have here. I gotta go with Jillian Robertson. I think Jillian Robertson is just a monster when she gets on top, and I just think Lemos has been proven. Like, yeah, she's got pretty good jiu-jitsu, or yeah, she's got pretty good chokes and stuff, and she's dangerous. But in reality, man, she's older. Like, she's like how old now? Um, she's a much better striker. Could easily put Jillian away, but she's 38 years old. I'm pretty sure she got TKO'd by. Well, she won. She lost to Tatiana Suarez. Suarez is, in my opinion, a bit washed since her surgeries. Keeps pawing at my elbow. Watch if I like. I don't even know. He's probably gonna. You'll see him in the camera if I put my elbow here. But anyways, her. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I keep misgendering you. My bad. But yeah, I think Jillian probably wins this fight. The grappling path is there. She got subs. She got nasty ground and pound on top. I just think Amanda Lemos is getting up there in age, and if she doesn't sleep around the feet or stuff the takedowns, I feel like she's going to be in trouble. But luckily for her, Jillian's wrestling isn't great, but she is tenacious with it. But yeah, I gotta go with Julian Robertson here. Definitely one of those fights where it's just like I don't really have a strong opinion, or I do have a somewhat strong opinion, but I don't have like a. It's not like a lock type fight, you know. Jillian gets there where she's good. She can easily win this. But if Amanda keeps it on the feet somehow, I think Jillian's going to be pretty screwed because on the feet, she's not exactly a good striker. So it's a striker versus grappler matchup. It's whoever gets to their positions first and whoever can find more success in their positions and their specialities. I think Lemos is. I think Lemos is definitely older at this point, though, and I think if she does get taken down, I think Jillian's gonna pass her guard and pretty badly beat her here. So, gonna go with Jillian, but yeah, keep that in mind. Women's MMA, anything could happen. I want to know how old Jillian is. Let me see. Should be like in her early 30s, I would imagine. Yeah, she's only 30 years old, so she's been in the UFC. Ah, oh, you saw that, and I hope you heard that. That hurt. This is why she needs to cut her nails. Like, oh my goodness. Watch, I'm gonna sit over here, so you're gonna have to see her if she does hop in the frame. Um, God, that hurt. Um, so she's been in the UFC. 2017 is when she was joining the UFC. So the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, she's been in the UFC almost 9 years now. So I would say 21 years old is when she joined. It's pretty crazy. Not that pretty crazy, I'll be honest. 9 years ago she's 21, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, Jillian, I lean her. We'll see how it plays out. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos. I got Kevin Vallejos here. Pretty self-explanatory. One guy's on the way out, one guy's on the way up. Josh Emmett hits like a truck. He's training with TJ Dillashaw now to rejuvenate and revitalize his career. He's 41 years old at 145, I believe. I think 145. Yeah, 145. I don't know, man. I just think the thing about Emmett is he's been chin before. It's been a while. If we look, his last time he got KO'd was in 2018. So I don't know if he's gonna get KO'd, but I do think he's probably gonna lose. I think this is gonna be tricky though, because 5-round fight. We've seen Vallejos slow down. I think Vallejos could have some success and potentially get the KO and retire Emmett. But man, if he doesn't, and this turns out into a dogfight, you never know. We could see one of those split type fights. So I'm gonna go with Vallejos here, just off of the age factor. And one guy's on the way up, one guy's pretty much gonna be retired soon. Riding pretty low on his confidence. The last win he's had was 3 years ago against Bryce Mitchell, or 2 years ago, two and something, 2 years and 3 months. But man, I just think Josh Emmett, man, he is. I don't know, man. He's just not. He's not gonna be as big of a threat at this age. He's got the power. It's the last thing to go, but he's not as fast as he once was. And I don't know, man. It's one of those fights. I'm gonna go Kevin Vallejos, but I would not be surprised to see Emmett somehow pull this off. So just be careful with betting these odds, because I'm pretty sure these odds are crazy. Last time I checked. Let me check. Nope. Yeah, you won't fall at me when I'm over here. Negative 650. Yeah, I'm okay. You guys have fun with those odds. I'm okay. I almost paid the ultimate price with Johnson last week. I'm not doing that again this week. That last week though was a little more believable because I thought Johnson was gonna be a monster after the way he beat Cedric Dumas, but apparently this guy Dumas is just really that bad. Yeah. Anyways, I got Vallejos here, and yeah, we should see some violence in this fight. So yeah, let me give you guys my move on. Let me give you guys my prospect of the night. It's pretty simple. Not guys that are already established like Vallejos and stuff, but let me give you guys that are on their way up or just starting, debuting. I'm going with Marwan Verhiki as my prospect of the card, I would say. Manuel Sousa is already pretty established, but I guess to the UFC he's a prospect, so I'm gonna go Manuel Sousa. My main prospect with the card is gonna be Manuel Sosa. No, Rahiki is my main prospect because he's the one that has the most proving to do. Sousa's still he needs to prove himself in the UFC, so we'll go Sousa number two, and then we'll go Hacker Sosa number three. Okay, so that moves on for prospects. The best fight of the night, I would have to say Manuel Sousa or Balaji Oki, Chris Curtis Oralby, or Vallejos Emmett, or Rahiki Hardwick. I would have to say, though, my favorite fight of the night would have to be Chris Curtis and Oralby, or Emmett and Vallejos. Those are it's a tie for me with those two. Now let's go to what you guys care the most about, my most confident picks. Um, I'm gonna go. My number one pick is going to be now. This week I don't expect to do as well, but as far as like the confident picks, but you never know because I do think these are pretty live. So I'm gonna go. I might even change them. Like again, I'm gonna post something on Friday. Any updated picks or changes to my most confident. But I got number one, Manuel Sosa, number one. Number two, we got Bia Mosquita. Number three, we got Kevin Vallejos. None of these are locks, by the way. I just have them as confident picks. Number four is Petrino. Number five is Jose Delgado. Man, this is hard, man. Yeah, I'd say number five is Delgado. Yeah, yeah, I'd say so. And then I'll give you guys bonus. Tied for number six. Who just made it out of the rankings. Or the ranking. Yeah, the top five rankings. I would say Rahiki and Oralby are my number six. So that's like seven picks for you guys. Make do with that what you want. Maybe we cash all seven. Maybe we lose. I don't know. We'll see. The streak's been looking pretty good lately when it comes to these. So bet responsibly if you are using this to bet. And yeah, hope you guys cash some tickets this week. Yeah, man. This should be a fun card. A big step up from the card before, the pay-per-view, I mean. More violence, in my opinion. So, anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe. I thought I was hair. And we'll catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. We'll see you later. Have a good rest of your evening.